My name is Rabbi Seth Castleman. I'm on the board of Sacramento Area Congregations Together. And I'm standing in for our president, Sherry Rickman Patrick, who was supposed to be speaking this afternoon, but unfortunately was delayed in a flight and won't be able to be with us. First off, I want to thank you all for being here, and a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you to Father Mitch and to St. Anthony for hosting us here in this wonderful space. There will be a basketball game right after, the right side against the left side. You all can play. There are many people that I want to thank, starting with our wonderful Sac ACT staff. If the staff of Sacramento Area Congregations Together would join Tere, who's already standing, in standing up so that we can give an acknowledgement to the wonderful Sac ACT staff. Thank you for all of your hard work in putting this event on and all of your wonderful hard work throughout the year. We also have our board, if our board could stand up. We have thank you to the rest of the board for your leadership and vision and guidance. We, of course, come here together as part of Sac ACT from a diversity of faith traditions. And it's part of what makes Sac ACT and the faith-based community organizing so strong and powerful is that we come from so many different faith traditions. There's an old spiritual adage that there's one spiritual mountain and many paths up it. It's nice, it's trite. I thought it always oversimplified the distinctions and the differences between the faith traditions. For me, I think of it more as a mountain range. There's a Catholic mountain, a Buddhist mountain, a Muslim mountain, a Hindu mountain. They're all in the same range, and at the base, they can be quite different. One may start in the tundra while another starts in the desert. But as the mystics go higher and higher to the peak, they see very much the same view. Interestingly, the one thing you can't see from the top of your mountain is your own mountain. And the mystics, of course, don't say very much, but I think they're basically not talking about the same thing. Fundamentalism is when we get caught at the base and say, my mountain is the one true mountain because, I know what a mountain is and yours couldn't really be a true mountain. But here at Sacramento ACT, we come together in different faith traditions. We know for some of us what it's about to go to the peak, or to at least attempt to ascend. And we come from traditions that all teach deeply about both spiritual practice and world engagement. We know there is great suffering in the world at large, in our community right here. Sacramento ACT is a response to that suffering. In the words of St. Francis de Sales, when there is suffering, what is needed is a cup of understanding, a barrel of love, and an ocean of patience. I don't need to tell you that we are facing hard times in the country and in the world today. And it's easy, I know, to turn away, to tune out, to get overwhelmed, become lost in anger or fear. The question for all of us is, how do we stay engaged without getting overwhelmed? How do we act in the face of hatred, in the face of bigotry, in the face of ignorance, without acting out of fear or anger? Part of the mission of Sacramento ACT is bringing together the social justice with the faith traditions, which means our spiritual practice can bring balance so that we're non-reactive in our engagement, in our standing up for those who are oppressed, for those who are in need of a safe haven, an education, freedom, opportunity. So I invite you to consider for a moment what your faith tradition teaches you about engaging in a non-reactive way. I thank you again for coming here this afternoon for this wonderful event. And I'd like to end by inviting Eddie Carmona, the Director of Campaigns for Pico, California, to join me here for a land recognition.